knowing you're not the only one awake. When I can't sleep, which is most of the time, the world feels different. The house is quiet. The sounds settle. The only things I hear are the small ones, the dog snoring softly nearby, the slow creaks of a home resting into the night. Nothing is asking anything from me. Nothing is pulling at my attention. The night gives without resistance. There are no interruptions, no expectations, no one needing an answer right away. My thoughts are free to wander without being redirected. I can sit with them as long as I want, follow them wherever they go, and let them stretch without being cut short. There are two kinds of being awake at night. The first kind feels generous. It feels open. This is the side of me that wants to create, to imagine, to dream bigger than the shape of the day allows. Ideas arrive easily. Plans form without pressure. I think about the next adventure, the next project, the next version of something that doesn't exist yet. I enjoy being the only one awake. There is comfort in knowing everyone else is resting, in hearing my dog breathe deeply, knowing she feels safe, in being surrounded by stillness and not having to perform for anyone. The only voice I hear is my own, and it doesn't have to compete with anything. Some of my best work has come from this space, not because I'm trying harder, but because nothing is resisting me. The second kind of being awake is very different. This kind doesn't feel open, it feels tight. Time moves faster instead of slower. Minutes slip by when all I want is for them to pause. I watch the clock the way you watch a kettle, knowing that the more I watch it, the less likely it is to change. Midnight becomes 1. 1 becomes 3. And I know I have to be up at 5. This kind of wakefulness is louder because I don't have control over time. I know what's expected of me in a few hours. I know I'm supposed to be at the top of my game. I know myself well enough to know that when I don't sleep, I make mistakes. I forget things I already know. I move slower. I miss details. And the fear of the unknown creeps in, not knowing what the day will ask of me, not knowing whether I'll be corrected or questioned or expected to know everything without hesitation. Sometimes it feels like a quiet fear of failure, not because I don't care, but because I care enough to want to do well. I might be fearful, but I'm also courageous. I will do what it takes to make it through. So I fight sleep, not because I don't want rest, but because I need reassurance. I close my eyes and tell myself that even if my mind stays awake, my body is resting. That if nothing else, I'll be able to drive where I need to go, to show up, to smile through the fatigue and get through the day. My body is tired. My mind refuses to follow. These two kinds of being awake don't usually belong in the same night. They take turns. Some nights are generous and creative. Other nights are anxious and demanding. Which one shows up depends on how life has been treating me. And even in those moments, I know something quietly important. I know I'm not the only one awake. Somewhere, in other quiet houses, other people are lying still with their thoughts. Some are creating, some are worrying, some are doing both at once, all of it invisible when morning comes. There is comfort in that. Not in knowing their names or their stories, but in knowing that this wakefulness is shared, that there is a silent group of people moving through the same hours together, even if we never meet. When the sun rises, we step back into our lives as individuals. We don't talk about this part of ourselves. We don't announce the night we live through. We carry it quietly and move on. That night version of me doesn't disappear. It comes with me, folded neatly away, not something I share openly with the world, but it exists. And knowing that others carry their own versions too makes the night feel less lonely. Knowing you're not the only one awake doesn't solve anything. It doesn't fix sleep or quiet the clock, but it softens the experience. It reminds me that this wakefulness, whether creative or heavy, belongs to something larger than just me. Tonight, that shared presence feels enough to sit with.